Hi everyone, welcome to this Revit tutorial, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to try and recreate the container house from Grand Designs. So I'm in a blank architectural project. It's just got the two levels. I'm going to start by jumping straight into the north elevation, and I'm going to put in some new levels. So the container house has basically containers stopped on top of each other. So I'm just going to adjust this level to 2375, which is roughly the height of a container. So that's going to be the ground floor up to level 1, and then on top of that there's going to be another container. So I'm just going to hit the level command, track it across, and put in this level here, and again make this 2375 and just update the level to 2 and then rename my view to suit. So that is the ground floor. This is where the first floor, and then from the Grand Designs house there's a little chimney section, and again I'm just going to put in another level above that, and again I'm just tracking them across, and I'm going to make that 750, hit enter, and that will adjust. So 0 to level 3. So I'm going to jump straight back into floor plan, double click level 0, and I'm going to start and put in a building grid. So I'm just going to pick here, click from left to right. So that is going to be my first grid line. It's going to be grid line 1, and then what I'm going to do is put in the dimensions of a container. So the container in my case is, it's going to be 4'7". That's going to be that, and then I'm going to put one right in the middle there, and we just need to get them to marry up, 2350, and then they will both be the same. So I'm just going to make this one 2, actually we'll make this one 4, and then switch this one to 2, and then this one's going to be 3. So that's the main axis for the container running left to right, and then I'm going to have another grid line running front to back. So I'm going to position it here, and I'm going to put a small grid line in there, which is going to set out the start of the building, and then this I want to be 3 meters away. So if we drag this to here, and then we make that 3 meters. So this I'm going to say is going to be A, and this is going to be B. So I'm going to put in another grid line here and track that across, and again this one is going to be the distance of 4'7" to there, and then again we'll put a grid line down the middle of that, and then just adjust that to suit, which is there. So that is this grid line here. I'm just going to shorten it so you can see the principle of what I'm doing. And again we're going to set a grid line here, and I'm going to make this 3650 away. So that's going to set out the end of the grid line there, and just to clean this up, so AB, we'll go with that, and then we'll tick off this, and again then we'll put another grid line in position here, and again just adjust these dimensions. So I'm going to say that that's 3650, and again just tidy up the grid line, and then this, you can see that I'm going to track this off that grid line, so I just stretch it, and I'm going to make this 15 meters, and then I'm just going to drag them through. So that's pretty much the structure that I'm looking for. I've got these 3 here going to represent the bottom section, and then these are going to represent the top section. So once I've got the grids in position, I'm now going to start and put in a floor. So I'm on my level 0. I'm going to click my floor architectural. I'm going to use the rectangle boundary, and I'm going to position the floor like that. Click the tick, and you will see then if we go to a 3D view, we've just put in a very simple floor slab, and I'm just going to put that in as a concrete base. Now I can put the wall sections in, so I'm going to go to the wall architectural. I'm going to go, the height is going up to level 1. face finish external, and you'll see I've already pre-created a wall. If we look at the type, you'll see that I've created 3 wall types. One is for cladding, one is for mesh, and one is for rust. So there is a rust metal finish on the ground floor of this building. So I've just taken this standard wall and created a custom material. If we look at the custom material, it's a rust, and it's basically a downloaded rust JPEG. And you'll see it just applies that rust finish to the wall. It is the same principle for the mesh. So I've applied a custom metal panel, and on this building the metal panel has perforated cutouts, and you can see under the appearance I've got some cutouts and I've got some staggered circles with a set diameter. So that will allow the material to show with holes in the metal mesh. So back to my wall, it's the height up to level 1, and I'm going to position it based upon a rectangle, and I'm going to draw from there to there. If we have a quick look, you can see there's the walls, and if we go to the realistic, if we just edit our wall type, we've got our material, the mapping, and we just need to make sure that it is indeed finding that rust finish. Click apply. And you'll see that it gives that rust finish to the building. So now if I go on to level 1, you'll see there is the building below. I'm going to put another floor on. So I'm going to put a floor on to sit on top of the ground floor walls. And then that will start to form the walls on the ground floor. Next we switch to level 1, and we now position the walls above. But first of all we'll do a floor, and I'm going to run a floor from here to here, and also another floor from here to form the overhang on that side, and you'll see that's what we get. You could put them in as one floor if you wish. On this instance I've just put them in as 3 separate floors. So next we go to level 1. Let's put some walls on. Walls architectural, change it going up to level 2, change the wall type to the mesh panel, again based upon a rectangle, and we draw the walls from there to there, and we have a quick look, and you will see now we have the mesh panel along with the rust finish on the ground floor. So up to level 2, let's put a roof on top of this. So again I'm just going to do that with a flat roof, and it's going to go along the grid lines there, and we click that and we attach the walls below, and we have a quick look, and we're now getting something that resembles this. So you can see we're starting to get the overhang and how the structure is starting to work. So let's go to the ground floor. Let's put in some basic information. So we want to put in, there is some internal walls. Again, I'm just going to go with some standard internal partitions. So there is a wall, I think just it's been tricky enough to find the exact plan, so but there's a wall roughly there, and there's probably another one, let's say in that position, and then we have some openings and positions that we need to put in to the building. So first of all there will be an entrance door, and this is going to be, if we just go that it's the ground floor, and we want to put the door, there's a door roughly about there. So if we have a look, you will see that now have our entrance door into the building, and now we need to put in a double door section on the ground floor. So we go to our door, again select the double door option, and again let's have a quick look, and there we have our glazed double door section added in to our building. So I'm just going to select that internal wall and just attach it to the roof, and I can do the same here, select it, attach, and that will just update the size of our height of the wall. If we now jump to the first floor, we've got some key information that we need to put in here. So again, we've got some doors. We've got a double door coming out onto the main balcony area, so I'm just going to position that just right on the center point of the line, and then I've also got two double doors out onto the balcony section. So again, door, and we've got a double door there, and then we can just mirror that across its access line to there, and just to make sure that that is what we've got, we have a quick check, and there we have our glazed sections coming out. So if we look on this first floor, just to edit quickly the floor, so we will find that floor and we need to just edit its boundary. So I'm just going to take that out probably 1500 to there, and we attach the walls, and we have a quick look. So we now have our section coming out to here. So what we now need to look at is we have a chimney section which comes up in this area. So I'm just going to go to my ground floor, sorry, the first floor area, and what we want to do is adjust the walls in this area. So if we look at our ground floor, so there will be this wall I want to take back a meter. So I'm going to take it back a meter from the outside edge. And we want to do the same with this one. And again, I'm just redragging the reference points, and we've just done that. So if we look at it in 3D, you will see I've just cut out the walls in that area. So let's draw the walls for the chimney. So we go to our wall tool. I'm going up to level 3, and then I'm choosing the chimney type wall, and I'm just going to draw them round in the position where they need to go. And I'm going to draw it and finish it down to that point. And if we have a quick look, you will now see that we have our chimney drawn. I am just going to edit the boundary of the floor. So if we just have a quick look, what we want to do is draw a line from there to here, just around these walls, and then I can use the trim and extend tool just to trim the corners. And we have a quick look, and there we have our chimney section drawn. So next I want to look at, we have a glazed railing around here. So if we go on to our level 1, so we want to put a glazed railing in, and I'm going to do this with a wall because I've just made a very simple glazed panel. So I've got a wall called glass, and it's just made up of a 15mm glass, and I'm going to say it's unconnected, and I'm going to make it, let's say, 900, and I'm just going to draw that into position here, and I can just swap that round to there, and then I'm going to repeat that wall with the same properties. And again, I'm just going to draw it round the building back to there, and we have a quick look, and we now have a glazed section in there to represent the balcony area. So also in this building there is a set of stairs coming up the side. So I'm going to go to the ground floor. So stairs are going to start to rise up from this ground floor door. So I'm going to go to my stair tool. and I'm going to run it on the left, and the width, let's keep it a meter, and I'm just going to choose this residential left saddled stair. So once I put this in, I'm just going to do a straight run. We'll just run it from there to there, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm just going to just position and move this exactly where I want. So let's say put it somewhere like that, and we can just nudge it down, and we have a quick look at these stairs. So we're going to have to remove the railing because I don't really want that in position, and we have a look, and we can customize this stair to suit. So it is basically a saddled stair type. So if we choose the saddle stair, you can see I've already customized one. If we go in and have a quick look at it, so I've got a minimum rise and thread, we've got some calculation rules running, and then we have a run type. And if we quickly go in and look at it, you will see that I've got a standard tread, and then I've ticked off the riser, so there's no riser running, and then we also have the support types, and you can see the middle support is set to a carriage, and that will do the saddle stair. Click OK, and then we have something like that. So what we can also do, there is a little landing which is part of the floor. So if I was to edit the boundary of the floor, click onto here, and we can just extend that boundary out from here. Let's put a landing on of a meter and take it back to there, and then we just want to basically, let's split the element, and then let's just trim and extend the corner here to this one to this one. Click the green tick, and then let's have a quick look, and we orbit that round, and we now have our staircase coming up. So next, let's put a cap on top of the chimney section. To do that, I'm just going to set the reference plane on top of the chimney. So I'm going to set it there, and then I'm just going to do a quick model in place wall, and I'm going to call it a wall, and I'm going to pick an extrusion, and then we're going to do a rectangle with an offset of 75, and then we can simply just draw it in that position, and the depth we will go to 75, and we click the material definition, and we can just apply aluminium, give it a render appearance, apply OK, and then just confirm that sketch in that position, and then we can finish the edit mode, and that will put in the capping on top of the chimney. So the final thing to finish on this design is the first floor balcony area, and there is a metal structure comprising of some metal sheeting in an architectural design, and to do that I'm going to set the reference plane on the front edge of the floor, and then I'm going to just model in place a metal structure. So I'm just going to probably use specialty equipment, click OK, and I'm going to do an extrusion, and I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to rotate this round to the right view, and the extrusion is just going to follow the shape of the building, and I'm going to come across to here and then just map it around the patio door opening, and then down to the bottom. I come across and just close it off, and I'm going to use a depth of 25. Finish my extrusion, just have a quick look and rotate that round. I may just minus the depth just so the distance is going in flush with the edge of the floor, and I'm going to just apply an aluminium material to that. When I click finish, that's what I get. I'm then going to quickly go into the side elevation, select the model in place element, click copy, take off constrain, do multiple, and I'm just going to take it across 300. You could also do an array, but again it's just as quick to do that, and then we orbit that round, so that's what we get there. And then the final little bit is to add in the glazed balcony. So it's architecture, select wall. I've already got my glass wall. Its height unconstrained to 900, and the glazing is going to fit in between that metal component I've just drawn. So select the wall. I'm going to spacebar to reverse the direction. Go to my 3D. And there we have it. We have our very quick Revit grand design of the container house, which was County Derry in 2014. So thank you very much. Join me again for another grand design tutorial from Structural BIM. Don't forget to like and subscribe.